You're walking down the street and all of a sudden you find yourself cornered, maybe against a wall, maybe against a vehicle, maybe it's in an alley. What do you do when your space is reduced or taken away altogether? That's the topic of this week's Caner Tip Tuesday, so stick around. Being cornered is one of the most unsettling positions that you can find yourself in. The threat just feels so real. It's approaching quick, and let's analyze what's actually happening there. You start getting this tunnel vision. You feel that you don't have options. You're literally cornered, and that may be your reality at that moment. But on the other hand, it's also very predictable in the sense that you know the angle, the direction in which your assailant is coming. Before we even get into the principles and how to handle this situation, the actual physical handling of this, there's something that we need to talk about, and that is the resetting of your breath and maintaining your posture and presence during that time. Because here's what happens. What is most unsettling and what gets really chaotic is that adrenaline response that interferes with your gross motor skills, right, your physical reaction, and your ability to make quick decisions. At that moment is not the time to start practicing your breathing. You're going to have to prepare beforehand, and that's why ACSD and its associated curriculums we place such an emphasis on practicing your breathing. There's breathing that we do to reset the nerve system, bring about parasympathetic, but there's also breathing that we do to just reset so that at that moment, if you've been practicing that, the way that you've been training, that's the way you're gonna respond there. So I don't want to, I can't overemphasize it. Think of your breathing as the remote control, right, to how you're going to respond, to getting a grip on that adrenaline response. Now, there's basically three components that we want to keep in mind. I'm going to show you first in a movement, just like we might be doing CaneFlow. So whenever you're thinking, oh, I wonder if I can do this application, just look at how you might do that solo, and then we'll put it into use. There's three principles that you want to keep in mind here. Number one, you want to protect your center. So in ACSD, we look at a guard zone. Every attack, regardless of where it's coming from, in order to make contact, is going to have to go through one of these areas here. If you picture that imaginary rectangle and that center line, this happens front and back. In this case, your back is going to be up against something. That's why you're cornered. So we want to protect the center line. Number two, we're going to look for some type of pivot, because this attack is going to come from one of these areas, guaranteed 100%. You're going to look for a pivot, which all of a sudden creates more space, creates an out. And number three, we're going to use strong, assertive verbals, which bring attention to the situation, number one, and number two, has a psychological effect. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Again, you can practice real simple. I'm here, I'm coming back, my back is up against something. I'm looking at where that attack is going to come, and I'm going to move off to one of the sides, right? That's essentially what we're looking at. So let me just show you real quick here with Vanessa's going to help me with this, but what we're talking about. So look, big shot, cornered. So moving back into, right? It's coming. By now, that cane is already here. There's no need to have the cane here anymore, because obviously I'm moving in. The cane is already here. But something, whether I'm going straight in, there's that quarter pivot. Everything is wide open here that she can come back, strike, she can come with a power shot, and she can just open out of there, right? Either side, if I'm coming to the other side, there it is, bang, there it is again, right? She's making contact with bony areas because this is an impact tool, right? So this is not where you're gonna start getting cute. But let me show you just real quick, anything that's coming here to the middle. When I do that pivot, this tends to be wide open, and one shot follows and follows and follows, and I create space. Now, along with that, the strong verbals. Back off, get away. Why? Well, Two reasons. Number one, you're not expecting this. If this is bigger, stronger, faster, and I come in, bang, and I do this, back off, back off. I wasn't expecting that. Whether there's a cane or there's no cane or it's just an empty hand, I'm still looking for that angle, that pivot that I can come out. And along with that strike, back off, get away. That has a psychological effect on the opponent. Number one. Number two, especially if they've been in trouble with the law before, right? Because that sounds a lot like law enforcement. It's not like, wow, oh my gosh, look at this. Ooh, help. No, now victim cries, it's back off, get away. And number two, everybody today has a cell phone. And so what's happening is you're bringing attention to this. And now everybody can just go ahead and record this situation, right? So it starts changing the paradigm altogether. So that's how you start handling this situation. What ACSD and CaneFlow, the curriculums offer you is a way of solo training, right, that allows you to visualize this, puts in the principles, and here's the most important thing, it meets you right where you're at. So if you want to learn the step-by-step way of doing this, it goes way beyond what I can share here with you, but there's a structure to this. The best thing you do is text the letter CCC to the number on the screen. And in less than 24 hours, we'll be in a conversation with you, answering all your questions. And most important, how can you get cane trained wherever you are in the world? That's what we do. And it doesn't cost you a penny to get that information, have all your questions answered so that you get it right from the onset. You don't need everything. You don't need every course, but you do need to get started in a structured way. That's what we do. That's how you become capable and unshakable. All right. So thanks for watching. Keep caning. Stay safe.